you'll have to come back if you enjoy my content. So let's get back into Banished. So last session, last week, was not a resounding success, it must be said. But we did come back from it. So we had a mass extinction event that we had to kind of overcome and deal with, which we did, but not before losing half of our population. We are building back stronger and better. We've got a lot more kind of depth to the city. There's a couple of fields that aren't being worked up here. So at the moment that I start to see this food dropping down below about 10k, that's when we'll open up a new field. Problem being is we've got students now. We've actually got 2 schools, but because students will become labourers later in life. They'll be much better labourers when they do come of age, but it does take a while for those to start coming through. We have had a few graduates. In fact, we just got 2 while I was speaking. So there's definitely room for improvement in how quickly we're getting our labourers back into the workforce. We will get there. Okay. So not much we can do at the moment, so I'm just playing it on full speed. We're in mid-spring, so once again forgot to rotate the taters out of those. I will remember eventually. Orchard coming along nicely, very good. Mid-spring and these 2 are not really producing very much. So it is dipping below 10,000, but given that it's late spring, I'm not going to worry about that. We have nothing to trade, so that's something that we definitely need to try and resolve this session. So we need to start producing a lot more tools. Like these ones I'm not too bothered about. We've already got chestnuts, then cherries and pecans are orchards again, and I don't really want more orchards right now. Horn carrot seeds, they would be useful, to be fair. As would Brussels sprout seeds. Yeah, there are a couple of things that I would like to get, but sadly we don't have the tools. So let's see what we can do about that. Well, at the moment, not very much, because we need to get more kids coming through the school and graduating. So that school is pretty full, 16 out of 20. That one's only 6 out of 20. Got options. We've got options. Okay, we've lost our cleric because the old one died. So let's fix that quick as we can. Not quite sure why that is being a bit weird there. Odd graphics going on up there, but never mind. Let's just take a miner away and make sure we've got a cleric so that the church is working. And we've lost a gatherer from old age. Yeah, we have got an aging population, so we do need to start making babies. We're around at about my kind of good ratio of 2 adults to 1 kid. We're there or thereabouts. So it's nothing to worry about. Okay, midsummer, these fields are doing very poorly. These ones are much better. Let's get you harvesting. Everything else will have to wait, though. So I am unsure why these ones always seem to do poorly. If you do have any suggestions as to why that might be happening, please do let me know, and I will I'll try and fix that up. So it's late summer. Yeah, let's just set them to harvest now, because otherwise we might end up losing a lot of stuff. We have exceeded our total capacity for firewood, so I'm actually going to turn 1 woodcutter off. I'll turn that one off. Just so we've got a few more labourers in the pool. Okay, we've just had a lot of births. Also need to increase the maximum just to get rid of that annoying icon. So let's do that. Oh yes, I almost forgot. At the very end of last session, where are they? We got ourselves some little sheepies. So yeah, we need to get that pasture over here built ASAP. So in fact, what I'm gonna do is increase priority on everything over here because I want that built quick. The reason being, we don't have a lot of leather, we're not bringing a lot in, and we have no clothes as like spares and leftovers, so yeah, we really need to fix that problem as soon as we can. Coal, we've reached the limit, so I'll actually increase the limit for both iron and coal there. Again, just to get rid of that annoying icon. Okay, it's mid-autumn. We should get everything harvested. Should being the operative word. There wasn't a lot to harvest from these anyway, so yeah, it is what it is. Okay, we've had a lot of labourers coming through, so let's make sure that all the farms are up to capacity, which they now are. Let's put that miner back in that we took out to replace the cleric. And then we're back down to 2 labourers again, so we'll just leave that as is. And hope that this gets built soon. So all it requires is the builder to go over and do their magic. Let's add in a second builder just to try and coax them into getting this done quickly. So another cleric died, but thankfully there was a labourer left to fill their boots this time round. So less micromanagement. So yeah, once we've kind of got things a bit more filled in terms of like the professions and stuff, we'll start thinking about opening up a new little mini town. We did start to think about building up here. You can see we got a storage barn and a stockpile in place, but yeah, it's not fantastic. It's not a huge area really. There's a lot of mountains on this map. A lot of mountains. So I'm actually thinking that since we've got the pasture here, we might actually expand out into this and build a new little city over there. Excellent. We have a pasture. So let's get 2 workers in there immediately and tell it to deal with sheep. And we want it to get full. So we'll just leave that as is. Had a couple of deaths, both from old age. Nothing we can do about that. Just the price of business. Late winter, how are we doing for food? We're still over 10,000, and I said that was my threshold for opening up another farm. So, unfortunately, as I said, we've got a really, really, really aging population. And the kids aren't coming through fast enough. So I think it might be time to build a couple of houses. Not many, just a few, just to kind of encourage a few more births. So let's add 1 in there. We are going to need more over here because, as I said, we're going to expand over this way to get a new little city going. So let's just make sure that we're leaving a gap for a road there. Because unfortunately, I mean, we could probably build a tunnel through it. Let's just check whether I can build a proper road first. No, I can't. So yeah, it tells me I've got to go all the way around. Will it let me put in a little mini tunnel? Let's see. Nope, not happy with the tunnel going there. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm going all the way around. Oh, nope, definitely don't want that. Let's select the road. And the road will go off that way. Okay, cool. Let's turn everything back on. So our sheeple are now in their pen. Excellent. So they will start to have babies and grow the sheep numbers. Unfortunately, it's going to be a couple of years of inbreeding to get the sheep population going, but it's not a problem in this game. You don't get defective sheep, thankfully. Again, forgot to change the potatoes around, but never mind. They seem to be going a little bit better this time round. Mind you, it is late spring now, so yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Again, it's just because of this aging population. I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to be able to sustain growth if we don't get more kids going. Yep. We're losing people very quickly. Quick succession to each other. And again, yeah, everyone's dying of old age. I mean, it's a good problem to have. It's better than them all dying of starvation, like we saw last episode, but not when they're not being replaced with new bodies quick enough. It is a problem. Yeah, the food situation is much, much better this year. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have to open up a new field just yet. Yeah, it's a shame that this game doesn't have something like edicts where you can kind of encourage people to have more kids, for example, or focus on maintaining better tools or something like that. You know, things like they have in Tropico, where you can you can put out these edicts. They'll cost you a little bit of money or whatever, but they'll have some kind of reward connected to them. So I am going to get them harvesting absolutely everything. Make sure we get everything before those snows come in. So yeah, it's still hanging around about that 50 mark for kids. It's slightly increased numbers of adults, ever so slightly. Okay, we had a spate of births there and a couple of students coming through the ranks. We'll get there. We will. Yeah, food situation is well in hand. Starvation doesn't look as though it's going to be a problem for some time. So I think, as I said, I'm going to focus on getting this new little town up and running. So I'm going to use a market as the kind of center of town. And we'll build around it from there. So let's just make sure the road is going in the right place. Okay. That's quite a big building project, so I'll just leave it with that for now. Doing pretty well for everything apart from iron and, of course, clothes and leather, but yeah, there's not much I can do about that. Tools, actually, we've got loads. Let's get some of those into... In fact, what we'll need to figure out, and we now have the town hall, so we can do this much more easily. Yeah, the town hall, it gives you kind of stats about everything, so you don't have to go round to different storage barns or markets to figure out what you've got. You can just come here and it's all in one convenient location. So iron tools 161, steel tools 188. So I'm just going to put 180 iron tools into the trader. I'd rather that the steel tools get used by our townsfolk because they last longer and don't need to be replaced as frequently. We have actually got more than our limit of tools. Not for long, because some of them are getting taken out of rotation. Right, let's fill... Oh, while I remember, no more potatoes here. Let's get that rotated, because I am sick of them not performing particularly well. So I do want a potato farmer here, but not two. Okay, finally remembered to do that. Hallelujah. And you know what? I'm even just going to rotate these two just to be opposites of each other. So we'll put that as pumpkin, and then that's as potatoes now. Excellent. Okay, yeah, we've had a couple of labourers coming through, quite a lot of labourers coming through. Oh, farmer died of a weak heart. Again, that's just old age, basically. Not much you can do about that. So let's just fill in some of these professions. I would like to get that Hunter's Lodge that we closed down reopened as well at some point. But let's focus on the other things first. Could do with a couple more miners. In fact, let's do that. Okay, so again, we're just... Oh, look at that for Oh no, actually, no, that's... Yeah, it's still around about the 50 mark, isn't it? Still not good enough. We need more babies. Let's add in a stockpile over here as well, so that they don't have to run things back for miles and miles. Look at all this lovely iron. That's all going to get used up in a new blacksmith that I'll build over here. Oh, we've got a trader that I hadn't spotted. Oh, they've got chickens and cows. Oh, we can probably only do one or the other, and I would like to get chickens going. So we just need 2. 800. How many tools will that mean? It'll mean 100 tools, and that will get us our chickens. Trade approved. Okay, let's get another pasture going in them. Let's keep the iron tools at 80. That should be fine. Okay, pasture. Let's just build it right next to the old one. Where will it be? Sorry, because I'm playing in windowed mode, I can't see all of these buttons properly because my toolbar's in the way. So I'm having to just guess my way through their food production. And we want a pasture. Let's just make sure that it's aligned, because otherwise my OCD will go crazy. Perfect. So second pasture going in, and this one is going to be for chickens. We've had a new lamb born. A little baby lamb. Lovely stuff. So food-wise, doing fantastic. Got like 15,000 food in supplies, so not going to be starving anytime soon. But yeah, the baby situation, again, we just need them to start procreating more. And the adult population is slowly growing. I think a large part of the problem is that I have overbuilt houses, or at least when before the mass starvation event, there were so many houses that not all the houses were being filled with 2 adults. So these ones all seem fine because there's lots of jobs around there, for example, and that one's okay, but it's got very old workers in there. But the houses do seem to be filling out with 2 adults per house, and even a kid in quite a lot of them as well. You see, like this one, for example, so we've only got Cristanto the farmer living in that one. So, I mean, at the age of 60, probably not going to be making no babies anymore anyway, but that's my point. you need two adults to be living together for that to happen. And there's no way of encouraging it other than to destroy houses, and to destroy houses is to waste resources, so that's not happening. Yeah, just deal with it. That's pretty much the answer. Let's make this a high priority task, because we want those chickens coming in. They'll provide us initially only with eggs, but then when we reach the maximum number of chickens in the pen, then they'll start producing. They'll also start getting cold, so we'll get chicken meat as well. Midsummer, let's see how these are doing. Not bad, not great. Let's start harvesting chestnuts. Yeah, go for harvest on those taters. Leave the pumpkins as is. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I never really showed off all of the features of the town hall before. So, general stats that you see in this window up here, and then all the professions here. Production, how many of each type of resource we are producing on a yearly basis. The total inventory of what we own. Graphs, so if we change it to, let's say, 50 years, look at that. The population just plummeted, absolutely plummeted. But we're building back, and we're probably around about the same level that we were before all the deaths. Trade items, these are all the different things that we can get from the trader, so we'll want to unlock all of those eventually. And the interesting one is the nomads request. You don't have to take nomads in, but if you do want a sudden kind of boom in your population to maybe start a new project like this, then nomads are a really good way to do that. Sometimes they'll come in well, they tend to start in very small waves, so there'll be 15 that come and want to join the town, and then if you keep on letting them in, there will be more and more and more nomads each time. So you do need to be careful of that. Obviously, if you've not got the infrastructure, mainly I'm talking about food there, to support all of these new people, then you're screwed. And equally, don't let them in late autumn when you've got no homes for them to go and move into, because otherwise they'll be homeless during winter and probably die, which is not ideal. So yeah, just lots of different bits and pieces to keep in mind. I would like to get corn seeds, but I just don't think we've got the tools necessary to make that trade work. Let's see, inventory, the iron tools 40, no, probably not. I will move more tools into the trading post, but yeah, we just don't have the supplies for it at the moment, unfortunately. How are we doing with our chickens? The removals are very slow going, very slow going. We've still only got 3 sheep. That's okay. That will change in time. It does take quite a few years to fill out those pens. And to be honest with you, you can only fit 25 sheep per pen, but once it gets to around about, say, 16 sheep, I will create another pasture, and we will send 8 of those sheep into the new pasture, and then we're doubling the growth rate by splitting them up. Okay. Food's really good. Population is still around that 50 kid mark. The adult population again is slowly creeping up, but we just need more kids. We really just need more kids. I'm going to switch that potato out to bean because it's just not been doing very well, and beans always tend to work reasonably well. Yeah, the main reason I want more types of seeds is because that 2.5 hearts as the average health of citizens is not great. And to improve that, a variety of food sources is what they want. So that's what we need to do for them. Oh wow, we've actually got a ton of labourers that I've not put into positions. So let's finish off the fishers, let's finish off the foresters and the herbalist. Let's add in 2 more miners. Do we need any others? Oh yeah, need 1 more gatherer to complete that. Okay, it's good. It's very good. So back into early spring, year 34. It's just waiting for these projects to be built, really. Not much to do until... Oh, do you know why? That needs to get done, because that's why the things are not being removed. So let's set this stockpile as a high priority. And then all of these items, rather than being trekked all the way back to town, because you can see he's picked them up and he's transporting it to over here. And we want them transporting it here. It's much closer. So yeah, starting to knock all that stuff down now. And nearly there. Okay, it's a proper stockpile now. Good. Nomads have arrived at the town hall. Let's have a look. How many? 17. Ooh, I kind of do want to, but I'm just really nervous about upsetting the balance of things. But more adults means more people making babies. Let's do it. I'm not going to do it every time, but since it's the first one, it's just gone up to 2.5 average health of citizens. Maybe the new ones have just shifted the average a little bit, and it'll go back down at some point. We'll find out shortly. I'm sure. But yeah, we do need some building projects going on over here, because as I've said, I would like to start this little settlement over here. What is this going to need? It's probably going to need a forester's and a herbalist and a hunter's lodge over here. That's one thing that we will do. We will probably also get a mine or 2 going in here once the other mines have been tapped. So let's actually have a look. Only 37% of that one remaining, only 29% of that one remaining. So yeah, we've got a while, but eventually those mines and also this quarry are going to become, useless. Let's add in a couple more stone cutters. And do you know, one thing that we should probably start thinking about doing is upgrading our houses from the wooden houses to stone houses. They do require a fair amount of resources to achieve that, but we'll just do it piecemeal. We'll just do like 1 there and 1 there and 1 there, and we'll leave it at that. Oh dear, we have a tornado. Where is our tornado? Had our first bit of wild weather. I can't see where it is. You can normally actually see it. There it is. Yeah, you can normally definitely see it. That is horrific. Oh dear. Just let time go. It'll destroy a bunch of buildings as well if we're not careful, but what can you do? It's a tornado. Just gotta let it do its business. Absolutely wiping out the farms there. Oh god, it's killing so many people. Go away. Just literally wiped through the town. Don't go anywhere near our pastures. Go on, just keep going up there. Don't hit these buildings here, please. Oh, look at the state of that. This isn't good. Just as we start to think things are going well, look at this. Oh my God, it's just absolutely decimated the population. Well, that will go right back down very soon. What can you do? Oh, so annoying. Let's rebuild these homes and rebuild that fishing dock. And oh God, that was a storage barn, so probably lost a load of food. Yeah, look at that, 10,000. Horrendous. Let's rebuild the hospital as well. Oh, it's just decimated this. At least it missed that, because there's a lot of logs there. Thank God it missed the pasture. Right, let's get the speed going back up now, because whenever events like that happen, it will always just bring the it'll bring the speed of the game is going right down. But yeah, in an event like that, I mean, what's the point? It's just it's going to do what it's going to do. There's no way of stopping it. Oh, devastating. Look at that. Again, it's another absolute massacre of our population. Ah, oh, super frustrating. So how do we deal with this? Well, let's close the herbalist down, because there's no point having those working. We just need more people working as labourers to get these things rebuilt. Let's take out a stone cutter. Oh, a teacher must have died. We need that refilled as soon as possible. Cleric. We've got 1 of 0. 1 of 0. Oh, of course, the church got knocked down, didn't it? I mean, this isn't the project that I would have hoped they'd be working on so soon, but never mind. Let's see if we can switch up the priorities a little bit. So those ones, and those ones there, I suppose. There we go. Chickens, and we want those working at full tilt. So let's get 2 more. What do they call them? It just can't. Oh no, herdsmen. Yeah. Yeah. So I think all in all, we probably lost around about 40 to 50 adults and maybe about 20, 25 kids. Let's see if it's actually showing up on the graphs yet. Yep. So, yeah, it did pretty much the same thing again. It reached that. It got just slightly higher than it was the first time round, and now has dipped down to pretty much the same thing it did after the starvation event. Oh, how very, very, very frustrating. Oh, it's because we're missing woodcutters. That's fine though. So, I mean, food's not terrible. It's definitely not good, but it's not terrible. The tailor, oh, we don't have a tailor. That's why they're not making any coats. So let's fix that. I'm gonna have to do a bit of micromanagement whilst we've got an absolutely decimated population. Okay, we can probably put a few more iron tools into the trader there. Let's see, yeah, I've got another 100 to go in, so let's pop that to 220. How are we doing for sheep? 6 out of 25 sheep. Why is there only one chicken? I bought 2. Oh. Well, funnily enough, the chicken population will not grow with only one chicken. Well, that's not good. Hey, not really a lot we can do right now. Just gotta let things tick over. So we've had 2 mass extinction events now. One that was absolutely my fault for growing too fast, and the other that just couldn't be helped. Yeah, it was just unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. No, we don't want that to work. So we don't want them to start bringing supplies over here. Because, funnily enough, we're not going to be worrying about building over here for a while now. Because, yeah, we've got nobody to build with. Or rather, all of these places have got to be repopulated. Lots of people who are homeless because their homes were destroyed. And winter is fast approaching, so we really need to get that fixed up soon. So let's again just add a priority marker on all of these homes. Yeah, we need these ones done as well. Let's take a few more miners out of there and a stone cutter as well, because we really just need these building projects to get going. So we've got 40 builders worth of projects to do. We've only got 6 builders. Merchant has arrived at a trading post. Well, I suppose in a way it's kind of a good job that I did get those nomads come in. I think a lot of them did get wiped out by the tornado as it went up the river, but that was probably actually very fortuitous. Well, yeah, good and bad timing, really. Did we put our new tailor in? Yes, we did. Okay, so they should be building, or rather making new coats. Food. Ooh, yeah, let's start telling them to harvest if they've not started already. Problem is as well, we lost a lot of farmers, so we're 10 down. So food is going to be a little bit dodgy until we can start restocking those farmers. But the building projects are coming along, and they're the priority right now because we've got only one homeless person now, so that's good. Much better than what it was. Did the stone hut get built, or did it get wiped out earlier? I think it probably got wiped out. No, I did one of them. Yeah, so it's this one here. It's being upgraded, but there's so many other projects going that... Oh, okay, that one's just been taken out, so it can be replaced with a stone house. If I recall correctly, when you build stone houses, they consume less firewood per year, because obviously they stay heated up a lot better. Oops, sorry, didn't mean for that to pause. Just alt-tabbed out for a second. Okay. Things are starting to get built. It's gone from 40 builders worth of projects to 26, so we're making headway. Down to 24 now. More kiddies being born. In fact, we're kind of at what I was stressing about earlier. We've got 50 kids, but only 85 adults, so we're definitely having a baby boom at the moment, which is good, especially considering the events of a winter or two ago. Yep, we now have no chickens because somehow one of them died, and therefore the other one died as well. Oh, that's really annoying. So we don't have chickens anymore, but we do have the capacity for chickens when they become available again. So let's have a look at the other buildings that I've not told to rebuild yet. Let's get some other things on the go. Okay. Slightly annoyed about the chicken situation. I think it's probably just that we didn't get it built quick enough. So one of them died in the trading pen, and then the other died because it had nobody to mate with. Well, not because it had nobody to mate with, but you know what I mean. Because, yeah, we couldn't make more chickens. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's see. Can we put any more iron tools into the... Yes, we've got about 90, so let's just add 80 onto that. So we'll put it up to 300 iron tools. You might be thinking, why am I only selling the iron tools? Well, they're worth 8 per piece. The steel tools are worth only 10, I believe, and they require a lot more resources, and they're a lot more useful. So I'd rather just make some rubbish iron tools and sell those off for like 4/5 of what we would get for the steel tools. Seems like a fair trade to me. Right, we have a hospital again, so let's get somebody working as a doctor. Let's remove a couple of those builders out of the building profession, as there's only 15 units worth of work for that now. We've got no herbalists, but then it's not actually collecting any herbs anyway, so who cares? The tailor has got loads of leather to work with, but seemingly is not doing a very good job of actually making any clothes, which is rather unfortunate. I think we might have to build another one. So I've got a feeling that, as you can see here in this, there's only 6 leather, but we have 72 in total. So it's probably just being stored in places where they can't access. So they're having to walk a really long way to go and get it. So if we can just build, we can find out where it is. So we've got only 12 leather there, so that's not a lot either. But no leather there. I don't know where all this leather is actually being stored. It's rather confusing. Oh well. Let's have a look. Yep, get harvesting, and yeah, you two. Let you grow a little bit more. Yep, definitely get you going. And they've just started. Oh no, harvest. Oh, we have a merchant, so let's go and see. Please have chickens, so that we can. Ah, damn, stone and wool coats, useless. Don't want any of that. Okay, let's start replenishing some of the farmers. All the building projects are done now, so that's good. The herdsmen, we've still got 4 or 4 of them. Oh god, we lost like pretty much all of our gatherers. Then pretty much all of our hunters, a lot of our foresters. So yeah, again, we're just going back around all of the old professions and restocking workers for them. So we're back to another session of the waiting game, unfortunately. Thankfully, neither of the schools got destroyed. That could have been bad, because that would have slowed down the whole child to student to labourer situation again. So that's a small mercy that it gave us. A very, very small mercy. So yeah, everything is rebuilt now. Well, in fact, no, not everything. We need to rebuild the chapel as well. Another thing that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've just been kind of holding off because it takes up a load of space that I don't want to waste, is to build a cemetery. Do you need them? No. I think it does help the overall happiness, though, if they've got somewhere to go and, visit their loved ones after they pass. But yeah, there's just not really a good place to put it. There's a lot of mountains in this map. I mean, there's always some, but there's just a lot around where we are, like where we started out, we've got so much coal at this point, and no, do you know what? It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. You can start overly. I mean, you've got to micromanage some stuff in this game, but you start trying to tinker with things that don't need tinkering with. So let's just not rock the boat and leave things close to as what they are currently. Okay, just refilling a couple of those jobs again. still around about 50 kids, but 95 adults now. So again, we're going to hit this crisis once again where we're just not producing enough kids soon. But you just need to kind of let it work itself out. Because I don't want to start destroying homes. That seems silly. But we can see that we have a stone house here. Lovely. Don't they look quaint? Once it's early spring, like it is now, I will start thinking about upgrading some more. Oh, that's a stone house as well. Excellent. So let's upgrade that one, and let's upgrade that one, and one more over here, that one. So we'll just do them a couple at a time, both because we don't want people to be homeless, but also because supplies. You know, we need to spend resources on those upgrades. We've got so much leather, but the is it actually making anything? Yeah, it is making clothes. I think they're probably making clothes as fast as they're being consumed, though. I mean, we'd know if it was a problem because it would tell us up here that there's people without clothes. So it's not a problem, but I would kind of like a surplus. But until I know where all of the until I know where all the leather is actually being stored, there's no point building another tailor, because we could be in the same situation where they're just having to travel for miles to go and collect the damn stuff. We are getting wool in now, which is nice. That'll be from our sheep pen over there. I'll go and check how many sheep we've got in a minute as well. Let's just check these barns. Yeah, it's really not clear. Where the leather is actually collecting. Oh, we do have one jacket. That's the first time I've seen. Oh no, back down to 0. Spoke too soon. Let's add another farmer or two in to make sure that those professions are getting fully equipped. And we'll leave it at that for now. Okay, back to above 100 adults at this stage. Very good. Midsummer, let's see what we can start to harvest. Pretty much all of those. Lovely stuff. That's already harvesting, even better. Let's get you on the go as well. Yeah, you can go. That's already harvesting. Okay, I think we're going to have a good harvest this year. We have boat. Oh, wool coats and ale again. Oh, stop bringing me things that I don't want. I want livestock. Bring me livestock. Let's see, can we put any more iron tools into... Yeah, we've got another 100, so... Again, let's load this up with iron tools. Very annoyed about the chickens. In fact, you know what? There is no point having a pasture going begging. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch it to sheep, and I'm going to split that. So 6 of the sheep will now move into this pen over here, and then we've got 2 sheep pens on the go. And I suppose we kind of want that because we do want wool clothes to start being produced. And with that in mind, I am actually going to build another tailor right now. This one is going to be producing wool clothes, I think. We are going to need a temporary supply barn because the market here is not actually working though. So let's put in this supply barn and we can tear it down again later. So it looks like no, not all of the upgrade projects got done. Or actually no, it could be the new things that I'm building as well. So yeah, maybe I was doing three at a time. Three house upgrades at a time is possibly a little bit too much. So let's just do 2 for the next year. Let's have a look at that population graph and see how we're recovering. Slowly, but we are recovering. Food-wise, 14k. Nice and healthy situation for the food. Okay. Just constantly battling. The moment that we get to around about the 160 to 180 population mark, we just keep on getting screwed over. Hopefully that won't happen again once we finally get to that point. I mean, again, number of kids is worrying me because it's an aging population. We're losing people very quickly. But we did have 3 births in quick succession and then 2 deaths in quick succession. So, yeah, I mean, that's +1. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, you know? Right, where are we up to? Yeah, those are the only building projects going on at the moment, so all the upgrades must have got done. Let's just, in fact, because it is late spring, sorry, let's only upgrade 1 house this year. So I left it a little bit late, to be fair. We will slowly start to see, you know, a sea of slate roofs rather than the thatched ones that we're used to. So that's already grown to 8. That one's stuck at 6, but that's okay. Very soon we'll be producing a ton of wool, which means we'll be able to make a ton of wool clothes. Yeah, it's stagnating a little bit, and in fact, the adult population has dipped off just a little bit. Tell you what we could do, it's another ton of nomads coming in. Trader, import, no livestock. Annoying, but let's not waste the opportunity of getting some seeds in. So 2,500, 8 into 2,500. I've got no idea. Let's start with like 250. How far does that get us? Okay, 250 gets us 2,000, so another 500. Let's just wing it. I'm terrible, absolutely awful with maths. So 310, then 313 will be the right number. And we will overpay just by 4 units, but there's not much you can do about that. So let's get, which ones do we choose? Wheat seeds. Cool, let's get wheat. Let's make sure that we roll back the iron tools. I'm not going to go all the way because I essentially want all the iron tools that are being produced to be automatically taken into the trader when they're ready. In fact, we can see how many iron tools we've got. Oh, only 11. So yeah, it will take a while for that to replenish. But yeah, it's always worth having a variety of seeds. As I've said, it can help with your average health of citizens by having them, you know, being able to dine on a variety of different food sources. Okay, we have our new tailor. We want them producing wool coats, and we'll need a new labourer to go in there. Cool. Did that upgrade get done? 7% demolished. So no, not really. Is the answer there. It's starting to get done. It's early autumn though, which worries me. Ooh, the harvesting probably. Oh, actually, it's early autumn. Yeah, there's no need to worry. Okay, it's mid-autumn now. Maybe there is need to worry. We'll find out soon enough when an early snow sets in or something. But I mean, we're up to like 12,000 food there or thereabouts. So slowly making strides forward. Do need to restock some foresters, so let's just add one in there, and probably another hunter as well. Ugh, just not enough kids being born. Come on, give me some nomads. I'd be really interested to know where all that leather is being stored. So it just doesn't seem to be visible in any of the... Oh, well, that might be a good reason why you can't see any of it. It's because there is only 6 leather. What I've been seeing here is actually the wool. So that's why that's been slowly accumulating. So do you know what? I'm going to tell this one to make warm coats. So that's leather and wool. So it'll use the very, very, very minimal leather that's being produced and a bit of the wool just to get some really good warm winter coats going. 10 and 7, so doing well for sheep. In fact, do you know what? It would probably be a wise idea to build another pasture now, so that when we do get access to our next lot of animals, it's ready and raring to go. So let's do that. Let's add in a pasture over here, I think. So we want 20 by 20. But doing it in the middle there is probably silly, probably a bit of a waste of space. So that's unfortunately, we need to do it 1, 2 further up, and about there. Yeah, that will do. So we'll get that pasture going in there, and we will get a road leading out to it. Great. Food, good. Population's still a huge problem. Yeah, it's not quite hitting the 2-to-1 ratio that I like anymore. So we need more babies. Look how we're doing for jackets now. Now that that wool's actually being utilised, we're actually doing really good for jackets now. Good stuff. The forest has slowly rebuilt after the tornado tore most things down. Oh, I missed the chance to put wheat into rotation. Never mind. It'll wait for a year. In fact, we do. Wow, that one's still not being built. Let's just add another builder in there, and we'll do. Oh wow, an 83-year-old fisherman living alone. Well, you're going to be dead soon, so let's rebuild your house. How are we doing with iron tools? 54. So let's. Oh wow, it's already gone back up. So let's just give it an aspirational thing. So all iron tools that get created are going to go immediately to the trader until there is 300, and then it will start to accumulate in the town again. So that's fine by me. Stone is getting a little bit low, so I'm going to add in a couple of stone cutters. We've got so much coal, we don't know what to do with it, so I am going to actually... I did start to say before, oh, you can get too wound up with micromanaging things. No, this is a situation where we've got far too much coal coming in. So I'm going to reduce down the number of people who are allowed to work in the coal mine, and that will force more of them to go and work in the iron mine. What's the trading ship got? More seeds, but no animals. Yeah, I'm not too bothered about getting another set of seeds just yet. I mean, as you can see, there are a lot of other tradable items that we need to get at some point. But really, I want livestock to get going now. So we just need to hope that soonish we get access to chickens and cows. So that pasture is on the go. I mean, we can probably fit in another small pasture here to kind of do some excess. Or, in fact, you know what? That isn't going to be needed for quite some time. I am actually going to deconstruct it. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's in this menu here. Remove structures, yeah. So I'm going to remove this field, and we'll put another pasture in there when the time comes. Do you know, we've got so much firewood, it's ridiculous. I'm going to turn that off. That's... No, let's not turn that one off. Let's turn off this one here. Oh no, that's a herbalist. This one here. Yeah, let's turn this one off. So then we've got one here, one here, one here, and one here. In fact, one of these can be turned off as well. Oh, that is turned off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. So why am I seeing a fourth? There must be another one that I've not spotted. How are our sheep coming along? 9 and 11. How much wool they're producing per year? Not a lot at the moment. Not a lot. Probably are going to need more sheep pastures down the line. Okay, we can get away with just one builder now, and we'll put one more farmer back in. Again, we've got the old aging population problem though. I don't want to put in more houses though, because as I was trying to kind of explain before, it kind of dilutes the number of people in those homes. Actually, do you know what? That actually doesn't seem to be holding true. I'm clicking on these, and most of them have got at least 2 adults and a kid in them, if not more. Do you know, more houses might actually be the solution. I've been focusing on upgrading houses, and we will keep on doing that. So we'll do that one this year. But yeah, I think maybe building some stone houses from scratch as well might not be a bad choice. So let's add one in there, and we'll build one over here as well, because we do want to start kind of populating this area soonish. So if we can start getting like some people living over here, then we can start building some industry as well. In fact, you know what? Let's do that now. Let's build a blacksmith over here. Actually, no, that's rather silly. Until we've got the mine industries over here, there's no point building a blacksmith, because they're going to have to import all of the coal and the logs and the iron from over here. So yeah, that just makes no sense right now. We'll hold off on that. Nomads have arrived at the town hall. Let's see. 13, yeah, absolutely. We'll take 13 nomads. Get in here, lads. Lovely. So where do we want them working? Well, probably just filling in all of the other professions that lost their workers when the tornado hit. So let's just fill a couple of things in. Okay, that's that. So it's not gone very far, but yeah, it's a nice little boost. Oh, here comes a trader. See him rowing his way down the river. Let's see, what have we got? We've got 300 tools, and they've got, oh, sheep. Oh, we've got sheep. We don't need sheep. Oh, our doctor died. It's early summer. Let's just see how the fields are doing. Yeah, that can start to harvest. As can that. As can that. The rest of them are a little bit slow this year. Not great. That's just being saved until later, so we'll just leave it as not working for now. So I think what we're probably going to do is we will go up to the end of year 50 in this session. So we're halfway through. We started at early spring of year 31, and yeah, we'll go up until early spring of year 51. So yeah, almost halfway through the stream at this point. We do need a little bit more stone, so I'm going to do some micromanaging of the mining there. So we'll get some of that stone picked up when people are available. Doing really good for logs. So let's just increase the limit on them. Sheep 12 and 11, so that their populations are growing, which is very nice. How are those upgrade projects coming along? It looks as though the upgrades are done. It's maybe just the new houses that I built. Oh no, that one's done. Not quite sure. Oh, we've got so much food. almost 20,000 food. So let's just up the food limit. Food is not going to be a problem for some time. How are we doing? So we know that we've got the full 300 tools in there, which means that the surplus is starting to accumulate. 38, so let's just boost up to 400, and again, it will just keep on shipping things in until that is fulfilled. So we've got 54 kids to 116 adults. So not quite at the 2-to-1 ratio that I would like it to be, but yeah, it's not far off. Oh, we had a bit of an early snow this year, so lost a little bit there. What I am going to do is I'm going to switch out those taters for wheat, and I'm going to switch out those pumpkins for wheat. So we've still got pumpkins going there and there. So we've got 2 pumpkin fields, we've got 2 wheat fields, we've got 3 bean fields, and I don't think we've got any potato now. So we might have to... do you know what? The potatoes are always the worst yield. Or at least they're the slowest to grow anyway. But do we have literally 0 potato fields? Yeah, we do, don't we? Let's have at least 1. Again, variety of food will help increase the average health of citizens, so it's good to have some different ones on the go. How are we doing for these mines? Ooh, that coal mine is almost empty, but it's just down to 4 miners now. So, and we've got 678 in reserve, so I'm not worried about that. 12% on here though, so very, very soon we are going to have to build another iron mine. And as I've said, we'll probably be doing it over here in this new zone.